Hi Virgos, welcome to my channel. My name is Danny. Thank you for coming if you're new, and thank you for coming back if you're not. So this is going to be your March 2018 love reading. I already did do a general reading for the month of March, which we do talk about love a little bit in there, but not really in depth. So this is just going to allow us to take a deeper look. I will put that link in the description box if that's something you're interested in, just to get like an all-around idea of what's going on, and a lot's going on, right? Again, I told you in the general, there's just a lot of moon activity happening. We've got these two full moons, opening and closing the month. We just had the full moon in Virgo, so I'm sure you guys felt it. And on top of that, we're in Pisces energy, right? And Pisces is your opposite. So it's really, whenever we are in the opposite of our sign, our polar opposite, we are really able to see our shadow selves, which is why I titled your general video, Be Kind to Yourself, right? And I just hope that you guys are really embracing that and taking that on and remembering to not be hard on yourself this month, because it's a heavy one for everyone. And again, like I said before, not necessarily bad, but heavy. You're going to feel it, especially if you are a Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, okay? So I'm going to start to pull cards, and then we'll discuss afterwards, kind of get into them. Again, if this does not resonate with you right now, I would definitely check out your Venus and your Rising even before I do your Moon, okay? So just to start, we've got Three of Cups, so that's what we're starting with. I'm going to continue to pull these, and then we'll get into it. Five of Wands. Virgo, what's that? Okay. 10 of Wands. Yeah. This is struggling. King of Wands. What the hell? You guys have so many wands, and you're not even a fire energy, so this is a lot happening. You got 7 of Wands. That's in the past position, okay? Lord. Nine of Swords. Are y'all not being kind to yourself like I definitely suggested? Oh, I'm scared for you guys. Hierophant. Ten of Swords. King of Swords. King of Cups. Okay. And then the bottom of the deck, we've got the Queen of Swords. Okay, I just want to say, whoa, you guys have a shit ton of swords and wands, which lets me know off the back this month is really, in terms of love, about thoughts or communication. Most not looking too great, but it looks like a lot of this is internal thoughts and action. But not necessarily the kind of action that we look for. We'll dissect it more. Let me choose 3 cards from the Romance Angel so we can get some advice, okay? This could be the one. Stay optimistic about your love life. And love yourself first. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like this is a lot. It just feels a little heavier. But again, I suspected that it would. Let's just get into this and try to dissect it down and make it make sense. I'm going to hopefully see if I can channel, a good amount of use energy, because I feel like a lot of these messages are very mixed and can kind of go a lot of different ways. Let's start. Okay, so Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is the bottom of the deck, right? So this card is all about taking charge, um, being direct, and being kind, but being direct. Not putting sugar on it, but being nice. You know what I mean? This woman takes no shit. She's not someone you lie to. She's not someone that you want to play games with, because she will cut you with this sword right here, right? And she means business, right? So a lot of times in the tarot deck, she's depicted as a single woman, right? So, and I'm sensing some single energy. There's really nothing in your spread that indicates partnership with anyone. It's really more about you guys kind of getting out of your own way, it seems like. Um, and I'll tell you why. So, to start this read off, you guys have the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups really speaks to celebration and joy and serendipity, right? This is like normally a time where people are really celebrating. This is happiness. Now, it can also speak to third party situation. Now, because of the cards surrounding it, unfortunately, I feel like it does maybe speak to third party situation. I'm not thinking, I don't know, I don't feel like it's in the degree. I don't feel like I feel like it's like just you guys kind of being all over the place with whatever's in your life, right? So if it is, and this isn't, let me explain this because I know that didn't make sense because I'm jumping ahead in my thoughts but not my words. So what's crossing it is we've got the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is all about competition and chaos, right? This is about fighting and arguing. So you guys could be in a situation where you guys are finding out about a third party situation, or you guys are the ones in the third party situation, and there's like just a bunch of drama surrounding it right now, right? Like it was all good just the other day, but now it's like some shit hit the fan, people found out or whatever, and now we've got fights or competition around it, right? You could be competing with another person trying to gain the eyes of someone else, or this could be other people again trying to be that way with you, right? And it's like it's a lot for you guys to juggle, because you've got the Ten of Wands here. And this is too heavy. This is too much of a burden. This is too many things going on. This is too many stresses. This is too many worries. This is too many things not going in the right way. These sticks they aren't, they aren't all going the right way. Like I can't even handle, right? This is that kind of energy where it's like you've just got too many responsibilities, too many things you're trying to do all at once. And it's like, it's chaotic, right? I feel like you guys are trying to take on a bunch of things because you feel like you can, but I don't feel like you can, right? So like let's say this is like if you're someone who's single, like I feel like this is someone who, maybe you're out there and trying to have a good time, celebrating, going out with your friends, you're meeting different people, and you're interested in them all to a certain extent to where you're carrying on these types of relationships, however deep they may be, but it's too much. You're doing too much. And you're doing too much because it's causing drama in your life you guys don't even like. Virgo, y'all ain't about that life, that drama life, right? Whatever you're doing in your love life, whatever decisions you're making, and whatever people you're choosing to deal with, you're doing too much. It's breaking your back at this point, right? And so I just feel like it's a focus more so because that's nothing you want to strive for is that 10 of Wands feeling. I think it's about going through those sticks and seeing what sticks really you don't even care for. I feel like some of you guys are holding on to things or people that you don't even really, it's really not even that deep for you, except maybe it's like a sense like you guys are bored right now. I'm sensing that some of you are bored. And so you've gotten yourself into this situation where you're dealing with these different people or these different, you've got different responsibilities to different people or whatever. And it's to the point where it's like, this is actually a lot and I actually don't like it. So you've got the King of Wands energy, and that's in your cop out position. This would be actually perfect. Let's say these cards were reversed and this was in your what to strive for and this was in your cop out, because this would be basically saying, yeah, be that person who takes action and goes forward and, all that stuff, and don't be, don't have too much on your hands and don't, take on more than you can chew and all this stuff, but they're flopped, right? For a reason. So what you're doing, what you're doing, do not do that, right? You're taking on too much, it's breaking your back. This being this aggressive person in this way, it's just really not you. Like the Wands energy of the King and the Earth energy, which would be your comfort zone of energy, of that stable nature, like even keel, great family man, great businessman person. It's in many ways very opposite from this person, right? This person is very much out there and doing stuff and kind of has his hands in everything. He's very bossy. He can be a player, you know what I mean? He's a good person in his own right, but it doesn't have that reliable, stable, mellowed energy in the same way the King of Pentacles does, right? It's like right now you guys are trying so hard to be something you're not. And again, I feel like this could be because of maybe a disappointment that happened in the past. Maybe you feel like you've got something to prove, like, oh, well, I could do that too. But nah, you're not built like that. You're a Virgo. And for you, what it's doing is it's just really too much. It's not that you can't be a king. It's King of Wands for you. That energy, it's too intense. It's making you feel overwhelmed. There's too much going on around you that you're not about. Shit's too heavy to even carry this load. This isn't this, in terms of love, this person, whatever you're trying to be. And I really do feel like this has something to do with maybe a past situation for some of you. Others of you, maybe you're just bored right now. Others of you just simply, for whatever reason, feel like you have something to prove. It's a general reading, take it as it resonates. But this energy that you're trying to take on in this capacity, this way, you're moving too aggressively and it's not your jam. Like, it's just not who you are. So in the past, we've got Seven of Wands. This is someone who is fighting for something, right? So if we're going to place blame on it, this could be you have been dealing with a fire sign, which I'm seeing fire all throughout this chart. So, all throughout the spread. So there could be fire signs all up and throughout here, right? Because it's a wand. So it could be a fire sign that you were dealing with, but really this is someone who's fighting vigorously. And you're going to be okay and be successful. Like, it's gonna work out because this person has the upper hand, right? They're above everybody that they're fighting. Like, they have the upper hand, but you're still fighting nonetheless, right? And that's in your past energy. So that past, if we read it across, it's like you're fighting, you're still fighting. which leads you to being just stuck in your head, right? Not being able to eat, sleep. You're stuck with these thoughts of what do I do? Where do I go? What's going on? I can't sleep. I don't know what to, like this is terrible to be stuck in this energy. And there's something about what's going on that is playing with your head, right? It's playing with your head. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like you guys are trying to take on this energy of something you're not, and that's the biggest problem of why it's putting you in this place that you're just not built for. It's like you're literally having nightmares, like, what the fuck is going on? Right? The good thing about all of this, remember, this is just a snapshot into what's going on. You can change this. Like, we all have free will still. So if you don't like the way this feels or the way this is sounding, you can change it. You can change it by using that Queen of Swords energy, energy, and communicating exactly what it is that you want and being very fucking clear about it, right? And cutting out the things that don't work for you. And when you're doing that, you're cutting out all these extra wands that are just flying about and you don't feel like you have control over them. So I feel like this lack of control over whatever's going on, like it could be in this third party situation or just you fighting to find love and you're going about it the wrong way in general. It's messing with your head. It's not good for you going forward, right? So you can choose to change that if you want to. In your hopes and fears, you got the Hierophant. Again, that's all about structure, right? It's like what I was going back to saying, this isn't working for you. It's like there's no structure. Everything is chaotic. There's just wands all over the place. And it's got you in your head, right? It's got you in your head. So this could be a Taurus person too. But really, this is about structures, institutions, stuff like that. Like I feel like I almost feel like some of you are scared to be with someone, and it's almost like it's self-sabotage why you've got all this bullshit surrounding you right now, right? But whatever's surrounding you, it's not good because it leaves you feeling like, look at this. This is 10 of Swords. So this is someone who is beat down. This is someone who is, I mean, they're through. Stick a fork in me, I'm done, right? So much disappointment, so much heartbreak, so much deceit, so much whatever. This is a sad sack. This is a person who's walking around just like meh, because life has literally just beat them up, right? And this is what's in your environment, which would make sense to me of why you got all this chaos going around. So it would make sense to me, and this is external. This isn't you. It's like, but this is you, right? This is you. So it's like birds of a feather flock together, right? It's almost like whoever you're dealing with or whatever situations you're putting yourself in, it's doing nothing but doing this. It's like you're surrounded by people who are in this state, and in turn, you're in this state too. It's like it's hard to be happy around a bunch of sad ass people, right? Or whatever. It's like you're not surrounding yourself with the right people. You're not. You're not. And you could be dealing with the air sign because this is swords, right? So swords have to do with air signs. So that's Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. But it's like you got all this chaos going on and you know it, and it's keeping you up at night, and you're not helping your situation because it's like you keep putting yourself in that situation, if that makes sense. So I feel like going into this reading in terms of love, so this has to do with like what place you're at right now mentally. You're a king of swords. So I feel like you guys are ready to cut out the bullshit because I feel like you're like, this is just too much. It's just too much. I can't even. Because I don't want to be, I'm only one sword away from them and I don't even want that. Like, I'm just trying to be through. I really feel like you guys are going to be coming very clear, right? Becoming very, very clear and really cutting out all the shit. Look at his face. He's like baiting whoever he's talking to, like, yeah, come here. Watch out for that. Don't be manipulative and ugly about it. But I really do get the sense that even all this craziness and chaos, it's even driving you crazy and you're over it, right? And so I feel like you're going to take your sword. Look, you've got the king and queen of swords showing up in your read. That's something. I feel like you're going to take your sword, and this month it's really going to be about cutting out relationships, situationships that just they feel like too much. They're stressing you out and they're not even worth it really at the end of the day, but they're still like have the capacity to stress you out. And then when you do that, you've got the king of cups. So the king of cups, this is a loving king, right? This is a kind king. This is someone who thinks about the betterment of everybody. This is someone who's creative. This is someone who's super emotionally intelligent. He's riding the wave in the ocean on his throne, right? So it's like what it's showing me is as soon as you get rid of all this chaos, these wands flying everywhere that you don't want, don't need, don't understand, and you stop surrounding yourself around a bunch of like this reminds me of like Eeyore from Pooh. Eeyore's like always down in the dumps. He's like a sad sack. He's kind of like emo and too much to be around, right? Because when you're around people like that, you start to become like that too. Look, you're right behind whoever you're hanging out with. So I really feel like you need to change your scene. And the people that you're dealing with in loving situations or like on that level, I don't even feel like they're serving you well. There's nothing in this read that indicates that you are happy where you are in love in terms, yeah, in terms of that. And not to say that this is every Virgo's life, but this is definitely a good bulk of you. But the thing is, once you're just becoming clear and you're cutting out the BS, then you will be this king of cups, and then you can bring in these loving situations, right? You can. Remember, stay optimistic. So we're staying optimistic because we have to love ourselves first, right? And then once all that happens, then you know you get the blessings, and then that could be the person. This could be the one, right? Once we get more into this king of cups energy and not all of these swords and all of these wands, and not that all swords are bad, most of them are not desirable, and not that all wands are bad, but it's like you got out of the troubling wands, you've got like the troubled ones. 10 of wands, 5 of wands, nobody wants that. 9 of swords, 10 of swords. You got to get out of your head and get around people who are going to uplift you, make you feel good. People who already feel good about themselves, because that energy is contagious, right? Because I just see that you guys are just in your head at night, like, fuck, I don't even know what's going on. Like, what just happened? This is too much. They're too much. I'm just, oh my God, what am I doing? Da, 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 da. And you have all this negative self talk, right? And it's all because you're just trying to gain structure. You're scared of losing control, but you're not going about it the right way. I can tell you that. Okay. Love yourself first. Don't be so hard on yourself. Be kind to yourself. I told you that in the general read, and I mean it just as much right now. Okay? So let me know if this resonates with you guys. I wish you all the luck. Remember, anything that you hear, you have the power to change. It everyone is still has the power of free will, right? This is just giving us a little snapshot as to what things look like right now. But this does not mean that this is going to be everybody's future or whatever situation, because we can decide to do better. We can decide to be happy. We can decide to cut the things out of our lives that don't work for us. Like, we can decide to take that type of control. Okay. And I feel like you guys will be, because again, the potential outcome for this month in love is the King of Cups energy, which is perfect. It would be a great shift and change for you guys. Okay. So, thank you for checking out my channel, and I'll see you guys in April. Bye, Virgo.